Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mediocre Takes podcast, and welcome back to the Mediocre Merry-thon. We're on day 11, and today we're talking about Danny Phantom, so let's just get started. After destroying a ghost poem, the ghost curses Danny and controls what will happen in his life until he gets back into the Christmas spirit. I think this is a really good Christmas episode. It's a really fun time, and I think pretty much anyone could end up enjoying this episode overall. I genuinely don't see that many issues with it, though that just might be me. I think it's just a fun time. Though it really does suck. Butch Hartman, I don't know that much about him, but like from what I've heard, it's bad. It's bad. The show's kind of tainted because of that, at least from what I've heard. I really like how the other ghost villains have a truce and how nice they are to Danny in this episode. The scene where they beat up the poet was also pretty great, and I like how they help out Danny at the end of the episode. I just think it's a really nice moment. So in the beginning of this episode, there's a scene where Tucker tries to kiss a woman and instead he kisses a dog, and can I just say that he totally deserved that? And I also just find it weird how Tucker he kissed the dog, and then Tucker was like, "Oh, you ate this specific thing earlier today," and I'm like, "Why was this here?" It just felt weird to have it as a joke. I don't know why it was there. It made me uncomfortable, and that's it.
Wait, that scene kind of reminds me of that scene in Dead End Paranormal Park where the dog like sniffs someone's butt and it's like, you had this for breakfast.
Uh, uh, I don't want to remember that. Oh my god.
Hey guys, check out that episode.
Seriously, why is Pugsley like that?
Because he's a talking dog.
I blame it on the writers and not the fact that he's a dog.
Me too. Sam sang, quote, "Have a kickin' Kwanzaa" to a random black guy at a mall was racially motivated, and you cannot convince me otherwise. I kind of feel like Danny deserves what happened to him in this episode. I don't even like poetry, but Danny was kind of a bitch for gloating about ruining a guy's work to his face. I do think, though, that this was a really unique kind of format for an episode. Sadly, as I stated before, I don't like poetry, so the rhyming started getting on my nerves at like minute 6 in a 22-minute episode. Danny's parents arguing about Santa reminds me of how since 2016, mostly white married couples specifically, have been getting like divorced and separating because of their differing political stances. And truly, I love to see it. Mostly because I know that if I ever got divorced, it wouldn't be because I found out 10 years into a marriage that my partner voted for someone who wants to take my rights away. Couldn't be me.
Could not be me either. We're just saying we're judging you guys, and we're not sorry.
Yes, very much. Heavily.
Because you chose that man and you didn't do your research.
The amount of privilege you have to like marry somebody without knowing whether or not they believe you should have bodily autonomy. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. Just why weren't you thinking? Like I just can't imagine it.
Well, I just don't think they felt like they had to think about it. They were like, I'll always have this privilege. Who cares?
They're like, we can be friends and have different opinions, you guys.
Ooh.
So what if they want me to die? So what if they want me to not be able to have an abortion or not be able to get married or not be able to whatever? We can have different opinions. So whatever.
Hey, my best friend, I think we should still be able to be friends. Who cares if I voted for somebody who wants to take your rights away? Let's still be besties. That's how you insane people sound.
They want to be hateful without having consequences.
Yeah, which is really something you can't really do anymore. I don't know where this whole like rhetoric of like the left being like nice or like forgiving or something like that. But I really do feel like we're very mean people. And I don't really understand why people in the middle and the right feel like, "Oh, we can be friendly." No, we can't. Anyway, back to this Christmas episode. Reference to Star Wars and my Danny Phantom Christmas special, more likely than you think. I cannot believe the thing that allowed Danny to attack the poet was an orange, but it was also so clever. Okay, this episode is also a great example of what I was talking about with the Batman episode and tonal changes. The characters in this episode, specifically Danny's enemies, were totally out of character, but it didn't feel too weird because I just feel like the general vibe of the Danny Phantom show would allow something like this to happen. Is this a must-watch Christmas episode? I hate to say it, hard no. Has a lot to do with the rhyming. That got really irritating really fast, which is a shame because I really liked the idea of Danny getting stuck in a story that was being controlled by the antagonist. Sadly, that was not enough to redeem the episode for me. I can't explain to you how irritating that was for me, but if it wasn't for the writing, This would have been a solid Christmas episode. What's your opinion, Marco? I think I already know what it is.
I disagree with you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do. I understand the rhyming. I don't mind episodes where there's rhyming because I think I have watched a few Christmas episodes where there's like rhyming for no reason. I don't mind it as much as other people, but I do understand if that annoys you. You probably won't be able to watch this. I just think this is a really fun Christmas episode, and I like the way it ended overall. Yeah, I just think it's a nice time. Anyways, today was day 11 of our Christmas marathon. Tomorrow is our last day, so be sure to check it out. We're watching Billy and Mandy Save Christmas, I think is what it's called. Be sure to check it out because that will be done posting every day for a while. If you want to send us a voice message on Spotify for podcasters, there'll be a link in the description to do so below. We also have social media on the description, and it's everything, so goodbye.